Hey folks, this is Lex here from Bored at Work, and we're taking a look at the Huawei Ascend Mate 2. I always really say that name wrong, but I got it right on that time. And this is one of those devices that you might never hear about. It's an unlocked device, and it's mainly from Huawei themselves. You have to order from them and a couple different vendors, third party. And it's a compelling device. It's priced at a relatively $300 price range that should give you okay specs, but it goes above and beyond and gives you something that's really compelling. And we're going to take a look at the Huawei Ascend Mate 2 and see if the second version is better than the first version. Taking a look around the device, you can see here that gigantuous screen. It's about 6.1 inches, and even on a device price like this, the bezels are extremely small. They're comparable to the G2 as well, so that's good to see. And the top ends are very minimalistic in their bezel as well. You do have the Huawei logo at the top there with the proximity sensors and ambient light sensors and the front-facing camera. And on the back there, you do have a 13 megapixel camera with a single LED flash with that Huawei logo and a very sleek looking back. It's very similar to the old Galaxy line of devices. It's very nice though. It's very sturdy. It's very bendable, as you see in the video. At the bottom there, you do have a micro USB port with the mic. On the side there, you do have the power button and volume keys. They are placed perfectly for the size of the device. It's not a very large device for what the screen size is. It's very compact. On that side, it's very streamlined. It's a very nice design. I do have the white model. There are other various color variants, but this is the very nice model that we have here. Taking the back off, you do have that flimsy nature of the backing there, very similar to the Galaxy devices, and that behemoth of a battery. It's about 3,900 milliamps, which I'll get you later on in the review. Just a beautiful, beautiful battery. There you do have the SIM card and the micro SD slot. That takes up to 64 gigs, and it is unlocked. So I do have my T-Mobile SIM, and it does have the bands for LTE. So just a great device overall from the jump. The Huawei Ascend Mate 2 is running something called the Emotion UI 2. Now this is one of its later variations of the software that's running on top of Android 4.3, and I've had some really different feelings about it. As you can see there's some very colorful icons, very similar to TouchWiz, but it's on a 6.1 inch display, so it's really blown up. Now this display, it's 6.1 and the 720p HD, so you would think that it would actually cause different pixelation issues, but that is not the case at all. The display is awesome. I really had no issues with it, and 720p HD seems to be the sweet spot with that. As you can see there's no app tray. All the applications that you had and download are there from the jump. You really can't remove those. And you can see there they do have the widgets that are specific to the Emotion UI. Now the applications themselves, they're actually pretty streamlined. They're not too bad. For instance, if you open up the messaging app, it works well, and you do have the ability to quick change your home screen with that pinch animation there on the home screen. So you do have certain elements that you'll see later on. I'll go into settings, and they have similar features from other operating systems or softwares like TouchWiz and HTC Sense, which is pretty awesome for what what they're asking for from the price of the unit. It does have the notification bar there, very easy, it's very nice, and very nice color contrast with this display as well, so there really is no issue there. And if you go to settings, as you'll see, it's just like any other device. There's really no issues with it at all. And again, this Snapdragon 400 processor on this device is awesome. I've had no issues with lag or applications crashing when we were opening and closing at awkward moments. The optimization of this skin on top of the software and with the processor is amazing. I must give kudos to Huawei for doing what they've done here. And task management is something that's really prevalent on this device. Battery life is the main feature of this device, which we'll get to later on. And as you can see there's that toolbox feature that is on the Samsung Galaxy S5 that you can also drag and change various options. It's very similar to the iPhone's accessibility option there. So overall, it has some compelling features for the natural skin, but it's my preference to change that. I really could not continue to use this skin for a long period of time, so I've actually taken the opportunity to change it from the general UI to the Google Now launcher UI. As you can see there, as it's just a different looking UI. It's installed. You do have the general search in Google Now, and it's just a very different experience. I mean, you have an app tray now. Your applications are more streamlined, and I just to me, on that 720p HD 6.1 inch display, the Google Now launcher just looks a lot better. And you got to take the next step to make it look better, and even changing the icons. So as you can see here, I changed the icons with the app from the App Store, and it's a completely different device. It actually looks like a Nexus device, and this is my sweet spot. Again, this is only a preference, As you can see here, with downloading just 2 applications, I've changed the entire experience on the device, and that's the beauty of Android, and something that I really got to give Google credit for, what you can do in other operating systems. But just as you can see here, there's no lag whatsoever. Things are opening and closing with pretty good speed, and as you'll see, as I'm moving along the multitasking, it does have its own task manager there in the multitasking window. But overall, just a really great experience with this new skin on top of the Android 4.3 that I've installed myself because it is Android. The device is packing a 3,900 milliamp hour battery pack. And to put that in perspective, the G3 is doing a 3,000 milliamp hour battery pack. The S5, I believe, is 2,800. And any flagship device is currently at a 3,000 milliamp and below. This is running a 3,900 milliamp hour battery pack. And with that, you get about 5 days of continuous use. I mean, I tried to kill this thing as much as possible, and I used continuous media content, and it just did not work. Huawei has done something really great with the power management system, the optimization of software and skin, on top of giving it a beefy battery. Now, it isn't removable, but it really shouldn't matter because you don't need to. This device is more than enough in terms of battery use. That is going to sum up our review of the Huawei Ascend Mate 2. From the jump, this thing is amazing. It's one of my favorite devices of 2014. At $299, you're not going to find a better bargain out there. You're just not going to do it. With the 6.1 inch display, fairly compact design, small bezels, not overly exuberant with those. The battery life is insane. I mean, 4 to 5 days of continuous use on a device like that is amazing. You do have a fairly recent version of Android at 4.3, not to mention the ability to customize it after that. Be sure to check out Huawei.com and get this device if you guys are looking for a cheap bargain. Be sure to like, share, favorite video, comment in the section below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And remember to always enjoy your entertainment. Thanks, folks.